Welcome to the Dad's Downtime Thinking and Drinking Podcast, a happy hour style podcast where a couple of guys get together, have a few drinks, and talk about what they've been up to during the week. I am Dave Stanley, and alongside me, as usual, Steve Bassett.
What's up, guys?
All right. As always, you can find us on Facebook and on Twitter at Dad's Downtime. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And Steve, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Hilo from Cigar City Brewing. Uh, this one's all right. I had a better one last night, but that's neither here nor there. What about you, Dave?
Just based on the name of that one, I'm assuming it's a low-calorie IPA. Just assumption. I haven't looked into that one at all, but that's what I'm guessing.
Hmm.
So I am drinking hard liquor today, kind of. Yeah. I am drinking. Well, first off, I obviously everybody knows I recently moved to Texas, and as a housewarming gift, Steve was so kind to send me a man crate, and it is a gin fusion DIY compound gin kit. So what it is a box of two 375 milliliter bottles, a couple of labels for the bottles. What else is there? A bunch of juniper berries and I think 9 other herbs and
Ices and things like that, right?
yeah, yeah. So what you do is take a vodka, and the main difference between vodka and gin is the juniper and I believe cardamom. Um, so you take that and you're basically just infusing your vodka to become gin. So Steve sent me that. I have yet to try one. I went with the most basic and simple one to start. Steve will like this one because it is called Cousin Steve's number 51 gin. So
All
that
right,
is
let's go. Watch it suck.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna
It
be
better
awful.
not
I can't
suck.
wait. No. And so this is one of the labels that Steve sent. You see, Dave's Gin, and I'm pretty sure my image is backwards over here. So I'll fix that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a try in just a moment. Let me fix this. Sorry for the audio listeners. Having a quick issue. Flip horizontal. There we go. Now it should read properly. There we go. Dave's Gin. So I actually really like the blue on this label. It's really nice looking.
Yeah, it was a cool looking label. I liked it. I liked custom. It was kind of hard to figure out what to put for some of the text.
Yeah,
And you know, you get kind
you're
of
not.
creative and you get kind of goofy with some of it. So,
Yeah, you're not a very creative person, so it's all right.
eh,
So I have already poured myself a glass. I have yet to try this yet. I am using new vodka. That's NUE vodka. It is a cheaper vodka, but I do actually really like it. I find it to be pretty smooth for being a cheap vodka. They do say that using a higher quality vodka will produce a higher quality gin, as you would expect.
of
Um,
course.
so I've got some gin on ice. Let's give this a little test. Still tastes like vodka. Definitely
Yep.
needs some work. Woo.
Okay.
I cannot drink hard liquor straight, so I am going to add some tonic to that to sweeten that up. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be some touch and go, touch and
woo,
feel with that. And I
yeah.
mean, I've never done any of the DIY kits for, anything,
Hmm.
whether it's beer, which I really would love to do beer at some point, but
I would
haven't
love to
done
do
that.
a. I would love to do a microbrew. It'd be
Yeah.
fun.
But it's like
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know everything that goes into that.
yeah.
So
That is really rough right now. That needs to. I need to work on that a little bit. I think
I
it's
wonder
either
if it
that
just needs more ingredients or just more time to ferment.
might need more time to infuse.
Okay.
So that could be it. But we'll get through it.
Yeah.
We'll learn as we go.
Well, I mean that's all we can do, right?
Hmm. Ah,
So
much better with the tonic. Much better. Don't have any lime or cucumber, but we'll survive. So, Steve, what you been up to this week? We haven't had a whole lot of time to talk. Even during work hours, we haven't really talked a whole lot.
Yeah, I've noticed you've been kind of MIA in a lot of
Well,
things.
I don't
So,
like you, so
then why do you want to know what I'm doing?
uh, we have to do a podcast of some sort. Got to talk
Okay.
about
Oh, and,
something.
and our 4 people that follow actually care to see what I'm doing. Gotcha. All right.
Well, I mean, nah. No. You said four. It's only three that probably care what you're doing. My wife doesn't give a shit what you're doing.
That's true. I mean, I don't even know if 3 care what I'm doing, but hell, half the time I don't care what I'm doing. What haven't been doing? Honestly, you want to know something that's been crazy? Ever since the Cubs got rid of, and we're not going to make this a big baseball talk. I mean, we had that what last week.
Yeah.
So, but ever since the Cubs got rid of the three asshats, um, I've been finding myself watching more baseball. Believe it or not. I mean, I can't watch Cub games because I don't have the marquee network, nor do I want to give my money to that shitty network. And since MLB TV, I'm in the network, so I can't watch Cubs games. I've been finding myself watching a lot of Giants games, even though I don't like Chris Bryant. I've been watching Mets games. I've been watching some Yankee
See,
games.
is KB playing like shit now?
No, unfortunately, he's been
Oh,
actually
now
playing
he's
pretty
playing.
good.
He's still playing decent.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The only one who's been playing like ass is Baez. 0 for 5 night a couple of days ago with 5 strikeouts.
Oof.
How do you go over 5
Ouch.
of 5 Ks? That's more than the golden. So I don't know what they
Ouch.
call it if you get more than a golden sombrero, but he did it.
I
Um,
will say if it weren't for the Rays and the Red Sox winning a few of their games as of late, my hot take on the Yankees would be pretty damn close right now.
yeah, I'm kind of hoping the Mets and the Yankees both do not make the playoffs, though, just to
Well,
watch
the
those
Phillies,
two. I know.
the Met, the Mets spent the money or made the trades, and Phillies in first place now.
And then
So
even the
that's
Braves
funny.
are tied with the Mets as well. So
Oh, are they really?
yeah, yeah. So the Mets actually technically, like by technicality on the standings when I looked last night, are in third place.
That is funny.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah. The Mets are going like 2-8 in their last 10. It's fantastic, and the Phillies
that's
have won 7 in
hilarious.
a row. But okay, yeah. So
Oh
that's
man,
enough baseball talk.
yeah.
Although your team is beating the shit out of mine this series, and that's to be
Yeah,
expected.
this series we just
Which
lost. We just lost a series against the Royals, though.
yeah, but the Cubs are garbage now, man. Like,
They are. They truly are.
I mean, the first game, the fact that the Cubs almost could have won that game is
Mhm.
pretty embarrassing for
Mhm.
you guys. But then you guys just pounded the shit out of us in the 10th
Yeah.
inning or something, and it was just done.
Mhm.
But yeah, so besides just really kind of having more of an interest in baseball now again, like feeling revigorated into baseball. I've just been doing stuff around the house, man. Like
Nice.
trying to get stuff going on. We had kind of a cool community meet and greet Thursday night.
Oh,
So
that's
I mean,
cool.
I wasn't even on you know PC at
Yeah.
all. There's like I don't know if anybody was, but I mean, like it was a
I
thing going
wasn't. I
from
was. I was picking up my sister from the airport, so
okay because it was like a 6 to 8 p.m. event, and I didn't get back to the house until 10 o'clock.
oh, there you go. Your camera froze for a sec, but you're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my sister in town these past few days. She came out to see a friend, but she stayed with us and saw the kids and wanted to hang out a little bit. So we did that. It was a lot of fun. I haven't seen anyone from my family since we moved down here back in June. So it was nice to get to see her. Um,
And she wasn't there with you to help you move anyway, though, right? So
no, no.
you haven't seen her in probably what since
Uh,
that podcast that we did at your dad's bar,
no, I've
or have
seen
you
her
seen her
since
more
then.
recently? Okay,
Like I saw her like probably a few days before we left, just because like, I was living at my mom's, so she was occasionally dropping by to do stuff or whatever. What did we do? We didn't really do a whole lot, but like we hung out, we had a few drinks, that kind of stuff. Oh, we went to St. Arnold's Brewery, so that was kind of cool. They have a really nice outdoor area.
okay.
Uh, that was a lot of fun. And then let's see, yesterday we or I decided to rescue a new furry friend, which I'm not going to pull it up on the podcast, but I can show a picture. on the video podcast. We'll see how this works. There she is. My little furry tortie, 14 weeks old. Can
So
literally just
Dave,
like I can literally just grab her from like the belly like this, and like it feels like I'm holding nothing.
so what?
Another
So in relation
sure.
in relation to this one, before we get to what you named her, you have another cat. What did you happen to
Yes.
name that cat again?
So the first cat, which we got back in October, that was kind of like for my birthday and my mental health. She is a tuxedo cat, and her name is Malusi from the Rainbow Six Siege series.
Uh huh.
Um, so when we decided that we wanted to get another cat, Sarah was supposed to name the next cat. She wanted something named along the lines of like Harry Potter. And then like a week ago, she told me she's like, I think if we get another cat, it should keep the same theme. So I have another siege operator, and I went with another defender because the cats will defend the house of any bugs coming in at night.
Oh,
So
bugs. Okay, yeah.
yeah, from
The,
bugs.
the the worst thing that can come in at night.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. So bugs. Uh, this little girl is named Aruni. So hopefully she brought her laser gates with her, or her Surya gates, whatever they're called.
Or as Ace on Siege would say, laser gates.
Laser gates, yes.
I love
But
it.
yeah, so
Love it.
right now, Malusi is not thrilled to have another cat in the house or another animal in general. It'll take some time for them to settle down with each other. I have got numerous scratches on my arms and my chest right now. So yeah, Aruni is a lot of fun. She likes to ride on your shoulder. Like if you're holding her, she'll climb up your chest to get to your shoulder and just sit up there. The kids are having a blast with her, but I need to make sure that everyone is still paying attention to Malusi because Malusi is extremely pissed off. I don't need a pissed off cat. So
How's
yeah,
pickles
that's
with Aruni being added?
Pickles and Aruni are doing a lot better than Malusi and Aruni. Aruni is a little scared of Pickles still. Pickles is a little excited, but overall those two are doing a lot better.
Who could be scared of pickles?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
My God.
keep in mind. All right, so Pickles is a very small dog. She's like 12 pounds, if that. Um, Aruni is like 3 pounds, maybe. Like she's a kitten. She's only 14 weeks, so she is itty bitty. So things will pan out though. She's very playful, loves to run around, and like I said, the
You
kids are having a blast with her.
so you have three pets that weigh probably combined like 15 pounds or 16 pounds or
No,
something.
no, because Malusi's about 10. No, Malusi's probably closer to like 13 or 14. Oh, that cat's a
No
chonk.
way.
Yeah,
She can't.
she is.
So she's
She
gotten.
is chunky.
Last time I saw her, she was nowhere near 13
I
pounds.
will, after this podcast, I will attempt to weigh myself and then weigh myself with her in my arms. Like I said, she has not been happy with me, so she's been really not wanting me to touch her. So I'll find out her weight. Pickles is only about 12 pounds. And
Like you said,
Aruni's got to be 3 to 5 pounds, maybe, if that. So I would say combined, we're probably close to about 30, just shy of 30.
okay.
So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. Oh, I tried to mow my backyard yesterday. I haven't been able to mow it for a while because I put down some sod. Found out the
Um,
hard way that there's a beehive in that back corner.
oh,
I
whoa,
bumped
whoa,
into
whoa, whoa.
so okay, so you have the fence here going into a corner like this, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of hard to see. Okay, so you've got the fence going into a corner. Um, I was mowing towards the back fence line, and the side fence, there's a post, and just inside, like around the edge of that post, and underneath one of the cross beams, there's a little like honeycomb beehive, like yellow jackets. So I apparently got too close to that fence and I bumped it. And next thing I know, I'm grabbing my arm because I got stung. So that was fun. And so I got to try it. So I bought some uh, bee killer and wasp killer and sprayed the shit out of that beehive. So I got to try and mow the rest of my backyard today, or at least the stuff that's not sod still.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. I've been trying to keep up on work and everything, and just keep my drive going. I knew I had a lot going on this week.
Yeah.
Been I've been watching more baseball than normal, also, but that's because I can actually watch my team without jumping through any hoops.
Yeah, that'll be good for you from here on out that you'll be able to do that. I will probably forever not be able to do that, but it is what it is, I guess. Um, right now, my
Um,
team ain't worth watching.
yeah, I'm excited to watch the Bulls this year. Like that team, like I know they've got some investigations going on now because of like early tampering before free agency. Uh,
Really? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
with the Alonzo Ball, but like they went all out and really stacked that team to be a contender this year. I don't think they're going to be able to really push for the championship, but they might. But that's gonna be a fun team to watch. It's just I don't know if I want to spend I think it's like $120 for the season for just the Bulls on NBA TV.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of teams, Chicago teams that are going to be going pretty hard this upcoming season, the Blackhawks too.
Yeah, I'm curious to see
They're
what they turn out this year.
they've
I just
they've added some pieces too, so I think they
they've
wanna
added
they wanna
some,
go.
but I don't know if they can compete right now. I think they got too much shit going on in that front office, and I mean they'll be getting Taves back, which I know he's not like a huge playmaker necessarily, but he does help. And he is the captain of the team, so that helps also.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes. But I mean, like, I guess for the most part, they've shored up their back their blue line, which has been pretty much their Achilles heel now. I mean,
Well, yeah, because
he,
they're trying to win with players from the like 2010, 2013 championships that are old and gonna fall apart.
yeah, Duncan Keith got traded to the Oilers, but he's like what 37, 38 years old, or possibly 39 even. Duncan
Right.
Keith is washed up. He's trash now. Sorry, but
I
he's
mean,
he's not
I'm
good.
if I want an old man on my team, if any of them, I want Marion Hossa back. Marion Hossa back. That
Yeah,
dude
because
can play.
at least he can keep puck control and yeah, but it's like
Like even at like the age of like 40, he was still like one of the best players on the ice.
yeah, but
Dude was amazing.
all his health
Yeah.
issues with the
No, you can't
equipment causing him
you
to
can't fault him.
no, not at all. But yeah, I think Chicago sports are going to be interesting this upcoming
Mhm.
season. I mean football. Dave, football's right around the corner. I mean, I think we had the Hall of
There's
Fame
football
game the
that
other day.
I would say there's football this weekend. There should be preseason football right now
Really?
going on this week. I think maybe not right this second, but
Oh boy, that would be so cool. I am. You know what, man? I have never been so excited to watch football in my life as I kind of have been lately. It's something that I feel like I need.
let's check out the
Um,
NFL. Yeah, I'm excited for some football. Um, I really I don't know what to expect this season, honestly. There was a lot of big moves that happened, so I'm really curious. Oh,
okay,
awesome.
Thursday, first game
Steelers.
Thursday.
I would say Steelers beat the crap out of the Cowboys. Wow.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 16-3. Come on, Dave. Come on. That ain't
When
shit.
how long did Dak Prescott even play?
Dak Prescott can't even be healthy yet, can he? He
Why
had
not?
that fracture where he had that like nasty like Joe Theismann type thing where like he totally snapped like his entire bone, didn't he? There's
Yeah,
you
I
can't
thought it was early enough in the season where he'd be back by now. And they signed him to a big deal. be a big
Let's
contract.
see. Let's see.
They
Let's
might just be holding off until the season starts. No, Garrett
see.
Gilbert got
Yeah,
um,
there's nothing with Dak Prescott.
Danucci. Yeah, I don't know when they expect him to be back. Seems like it was a boring game actually. Three nothing
Yeah,
at 3-0 at the half, and then Pittsburgh put up 9, and then in the third, and another 7 in the fourth.
I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you, like nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Hall of Fame game. Nobody ever cares about that game.
There's only 3 preseason games this year for the teams, right?
Yes, because they went to a 17 game
Yeah,
season now, which I am excited about. I know players are, pissing and moaning about it. It's like, you know what? Oh well, deal with it. You're making a
yeah.
shitload of money. Cry me a river. If you don't want to play, I'll fill in your shoes for one game. Sit
Well,
me on the bench. I don't care.
Bears are playing Saturday night, it looks like.
So,
I'm curious to see, Justin Fields. Like, I know he's not our starting
um,
quarterback, but
I mean, I wish he was. I mean,
he will
I
he
give Dalton a couple weeks tops probably, and most
I
likely
say
Fields.
let's see, looking at the Bears' schedule, and I don't like making this podcast about the local teams, but, I mean, that's what we know most. Um, what? Where is that? Oh, that's not till week 11. He'll be starting by then.
Really?
I'm thinking by week 4, maybe week 5, Justin Fields is starting.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I think our first Bears Packers game will have Justin Fields as the starting
Yeah.
QB already. He'll get a taste
Oof.
of the hated rivalry.
Oh, yeah,
But
they're gonna
that game's in Chicago, so that's the way you want to play against
yeah.
Green Bay right off
Yeah,
the
I
bat.
think
You don't want to put him into Lambeau. Oh, look
that's
at week 7.
I know. You get like here, Justin Fields, you get to start now. Week 6, Green Bay, week 7 at Tampa. Then he gets for the 49ers or something. I'm not even is Garoppolo still the quarterback out there?
Yeah, but Garoppolo's hurt. I mean, he'll Garoppolo will be hurt
Yeah.
by that point, so who
But then
cares?
they get the Steelers who were really good last year. Then a bye, then you get Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. This kid's in for a world of hurt this year.
Yeah, but you know what? If he can at least give
Um,
the Bears what they have not had in a million years, and that's keeping an offense on the field, even for like 20, 30 minutes during the game, so the Bears defense isn't out there for 50, 60 minutes, you know, the Bears should be in it every game then. They should be able to win.
I don't know, man. I'm looking
Don't
at
gas your
3
defense.
I'm looking at 3 and 5 at the after 8 weeks. I say they lose to the Rams, they beat Cincinnati, they lose to Cleveland, they beat Detroit, and then they probably lose to Vegas, Green Bay, and Tampa. That puts them at
Eh,
3 and 5 at the 8-week mark.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Week
Oh,
one
and then
against the
they
Rams.
beat San Francisco.
Maybe that. You know what? Who's the start? Stafford, right? Fuck that.
Yes, in LA.
Fuck that. No, they beat the Rams. They beat the
Think so?
Bengals.
You think they
Yeah,
handle that defense?
they beat the Rams. They beat the Bengals. They probably lose to the Browns. They beat the Lions. They're gonna beat the Raiders. The Raiders are
I don't
garbage.
know. The
And
Raiders are the only team that the Raiders, other than Tampa Bay last year, the Raiders were the only one to actually do anything against Kansas City.
and guess what? Week 6, Bears beat the Packers.
That Packers team interests me this year.
I want to know if Rodgers is in it right now, or
He
if he's
is.
checked out. But I mean, is he in it or is he checked out? Because he
He
just
got them
wants
to
to be
he
out of this team.
he got them to trade for Randall Cobb. They brought
Uh,
Randall Cobb back. So now
where did Cobb go?
They have Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb was with the Texans.
I hate the
I
Bengals.
saw a meme of
Oh,
Jordy Nelson sitting on a couch with his football helmet on, waiting for a phone call.
screw Jordy Nelson, man. I hate
So
the Packers.
yeah,
How we
it's
looking time wise, Dave?
we're good still. We're good. Pretty soon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the Vikings this year.
I mean, Kirk
Uh,
Cousins, he just doesn't do it. He doesn't do it for
no.
anybody. Sorry. I mean, hell, he had Adam Thielen, well, last year or the year before calling him out. So, I mean, when your own receivers are
Yeah.
calling out your QB, it's not a good sign.
True. They don't play the they don't play the Vikings until week 15 and 18.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. The Bears should beat the Giants.
Do they always struggle
Uh,
against the Giants, man? They can
the Bears
never
struggle
win.
against everybody. Seahawks, I don't know what to expect from them this year. I
Is
think the
Russell
Cardinals,
Wilson? Eh.
yeah. I think the Cardinals beat the Bears.
Oh yeah, week 13. Because they
Yeah,
have why can't I think of their QB?
um Kyler Murray.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
That kid
you know what? I don't
that
know.
kid's decent.
I don't know. Hey,
Go talk to Landon. Landon will get a hard on if you start talking about Kyler Murray.
he gets a hurt with everything. He's trying to tell me Anthony Rizzo's a good player still too. It's like, no, he's not.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I
It's
mean,
it's funny that that kid knows sports, and then he says the stupidest sports stuff.
well, so he may know sports, and then when we try and do a fantasy league that he tried to start up, and what that was hockey that he tried, and
Yeah.
he didn't even pay attention to it. I mean, you couldn't get worse than Matthew because Matthew's team was absolute ass, and Matthew just
Hmm.
he quit what week 1.
Yeah, I
So
think that's when we have the whole like falling out and everything with him though.
yeah, but I mean, don't quit the team, and but either way, so he
Yeah.
quit that. So it's like, I mean, that was just a pushover. But Landon got like second or third worst in the entire league,
He
and
made he climbed back into it late in the season.
okay, but it's like,
But still, like it turned into me, you, and Tyler as the only ones even doing anything, and me doing anything was very limited. I don't know hockey like you and Tyler do.
yeah, and of course, I got the championship, rightfully so.
You beat me for the championship actually.
I did because you
In
and
a
I saw
league
Tyler.
I should not have made the championship. I made it.
Yeah, well, at least luckily, I handled you, and I believe you and I played each other. Then with the championship game, we played each other 3 times, and I beat you all 3
Yeah.
times. I think I
Yeah.
lost like 2 games tops. One to Tyler.
You lost to Tyler. I beat Tyler, and you're just like, "How? How did you beat him and I lost to him?"
Also, because my team decided to just completely like not do shit. But I think I only lost 1 game. I think I just lost
My
that one to
team
Tyler.
my team liked to shit the bed whenever I played Ricky.
Yeah, and I
My team
handled
just decided
Ricky
that
every time.
those weeks, it was just like, "Nah, we're playing Ricky. We're not gonna show up."
Hmm.
It's like, this is killing me. Like, I if
Um,
had had I beaten Ricky those few times I played him, I probably could have finished the, season 2nd, if not 1st place before the
you would not have
playoffs.
beaten. You would not have beaten me. I lost
Alright,
one. I lost like 1 game all season, dude. No,
alright.
and I also had like 1,000 points on the next. Like Tyler was in second place. I had about 1,000 points higher than him. I was. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
rub it
want,
in,
go ahead
Steve.
and look it up. Yeah, I was.
Rub
My
it in.
team was the shit.
Yeah.
Nobody
Okay,
could
Steve.
top me.
Fucking rub it in.
Nobody. Also,
We
real
played
quick, then, anybody out
we played
there,
fantasy. Did we do Yahoo or
it was,
ESPN
it
for
was
that?
Yahoo. It was Yahoo because that was the right way to go. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what the results were. Um, for everybody out there listening and whatever, let us know in comments what you guys get down with, like fantasy wise. I mean, it's such a big, popular thing. Dave and I are
Fantasy
kind of
sports,
really
please. Fantasy sports.
fantasy sports, fantasy sports. I thought that was kind of obvious, but okay, fantasy sports. But let us know what your big thing. I know obviously fantasy football is the number one. Um, I've never done basketball because I just don't like basketball. But I mean, I've done
I don't know.
baseball.
I fell out of fantasy sports years ago,
I oh,
and
so have I. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why
I didn't.
even even Matthew like, hey, let's do a fantasy league again this year. It's like, no, no.
Yeah, I straight up told him, it's just like, no one's gonna play. What's the
Exactly,
point?
and then you saw what I was saying, where it's like, okay, even
And
the people that do play, nobody ever pays off their bets then afterwards.
right, right. You and
You
I did, and I paid for
and
Landon too.
and you paid for that, and that was it. Nobody else paid. And then Junior never actually made true on his promise for the bet for fantasy football
No, he
to buy
didn't.
an
He
elite
didn't.
skin. So,
Let's
but yeah,
see. Let's see the league. Standings. Oh yeah, you were 11-2. I was 7-6. Tyler was 10-3. Ricky was
in
7-6.
okay, yeah,
Um,
I was untouchable back there, Dave. Come
yeah, you were. You had outscored the next person, closest person for points was Tyler, and you were about 800 points ahead of him. And then you're like 850 or so, 860 ahead of me.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I knew it was the Lance, and if you didn't get Patrick Kane when before I was going to draft him, I
mhm.
would have
Oh, I
just
would have. If I didn't get Patrick Kane, I would have been down in like sixth or seventh place probably.
yeah,
That dude
yeah.
carried my team. Let's see. Where's the schedule? I want to see who I lost to.
I'm very curious to know
I
who
lost
I know. I lost to
to
Tyler once.
you. I lost to Tyler one or Junior once. I lost to Ricky, you, Junior, Ricky. Oh, I lost to Landon once. Oh, I did lose to Tyler once. Oh, I beat you once.
Oh, you beat me once. Okay, so I lost to
Yep.
you and Tyler.
Yeah. So that was 398 to 315 in week 10. But
Okay.
earlier in the season, you beat me 382 to 253 because there were weeks that my team felt like it didn't have to show up.
Yeah. Trust me. I know. Yeah.
It was quite awful.
That's why I just hate fantasy sports now, man. It's like you can have the best team in the world, but it's like an
Oh yeah.
injury or two sets you off, and your team is done. And it's like you just, I don't know. I just, you know what? What I like to do, I like to watch sports to watch sports. I don't want to have to watch sports and have like, I mean, I've already got the rooting interest for my teams, and I get the stresses with that. I don't need this added stresses of like, okay, now I need to root for this player on this team that I absolutely despise because I need
Hmm.
my fantasy team to win. It's like, no, I want to root for my teams, and that's what I want to root for. That's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Like look at fantasy football. I was dominating the entire season. And I
Yeah,
knew like this happens to me all the time. Like I build this awesome fantasy football team and I'm like damn near undefeated up until like the last like few weeks. Then because my players have been so good, their real life teams start pulling off the throttle, getting ready for the actual playoffs. So my team goes to shit. I start losing games at the end of the season, and then you get into the playoffs, and all those players are already locked in for playoff spots, so they're not playing their full time or as aggressively as they were early in the season.
yeah,
Like I should have won fantasy football, and I didn't. I think I took second in that too.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe you're in the champ. Yeah,
Was
yeah, I
I?
believe you're in the champ. I can't.
No, no, because
Was
Junior
it? It
beat
was
me.
Matthew. It was
Yeah, it was
Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah, and that's where we are kind of just hoping for Junior to win.
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean, Matthew didn't pay up Junior anyway, so it didn't matter.
yeah. That was a joke of a.
That was a stupid. That was kind of a one day. Remember, like I was at one of K soccer practices when we were all just like, "Hey, let's do fantasy football league," and we're all just like, "All right, fine." We had to basically beg Tyler to do it, and Tyler's like, "Well, I'm not gonna pay. I'm not paying if I lose. Like, I'm not putting my money." It's like,
Yeah, he didn't want to do the whole money thing. And to be fair, he showed that he didn't want to do the whole money thing by drafting like five kickers.
yeah, I mean,
But that screws up
it,
the entire dynamic of the league.
it was like $5. It's like, come on. Like I don't know. I thought that was childish,
But it's like
but
when we were in the actual draft for it, he was drafting as jokes.
yep,
So like first pick for like first three picks, he just drafts three of the top kickers. Well, it kind of makes the rest of the league like flat in the kicking department. or it makes some teams stacked with receivers or quarterbacks or whatever because one
It's just
person chose to be a dope.
yeah, no, it completely
I
messes
love
the
you, Tyler,
entire.
but you're a dope.
I hate Tyler.
That's about right.
He fucked the league, so he could get bent.
Classy.
I'm
Super
just I'm
classy.
just I'm happy you beat him in hockey, Dave, and then I'm glad
Yeah.
I beat your ass in hockey.
I think I beat him
Tyler,
pretty well in hockey too.
I believe every time you knocked him off, you beat him pretty well, which is just great.
Let's see, where was I?
Tyler's over here. Hey, if y'all do a hockey league, I'm gonna roast your ass. But then again, Landon also said the same thing. Hey, let's do a hockey league. I'm gonna beat all your asses. It's like Landon, I
Yeah.
beat Landon in week one, and it's like from
Yeah.
there he just like lost interest in.
Let's see. So week 6, I beat Tyler 412 to 223. And then he beat me in week 13 399 to 382. So he barely got me.
Yeah.
And then in the playoffs, that turned out to be, I think that was actually a pretty close one. Let's see. I beat Landon in the playoffs by about 60 or 70. Oh, I beat Tyler in the playoffs 321 to 258.
So it wasn't close.
You just kind of walked through the entire playoffs.
Did I? Of
Well, you had a bye in the first week.
course.
Um, and then you beat Ricky 377 to 115. And then you beat me 347 to 282.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, another week where my team decided it didn't need to show up.
Yeah, but I mean, I was averaging like 400 some points a week, so it's like
Yeah, I
my
mean,
team
if
puts like 330, they're underachieving at that point too. So
even if my team were to have like shown up and like do what they're pretty close to average to doing, um, you probably still would have edged me. It would have been a lot more interesting of a game though. But that's fantasy hockey from a
last
COVID-ridden
year,
season,
yep, yep. We will
which
not be doing any
it
of those fantasies anymore.
no, but it's looking
Um,
like we might have another COVID-ridden season.
yeah, everything's kind of going back into what the. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't really been following a whole hell of a lot. Are they trying to actually like do lockdowns again?
potentially, because we have gone from COVID to the Delta variant to Delta Plus, and I saw an article and I read a little bit about it. Um, the the SARS-2 COVID or coronavirus, it's a spike. It's based on spike nutrients or something like that, and it can only like it can only modify so many times. Like there's only so many ways it can rebuild itself. So like we're not looking at like an infinite amount of variants,
Hmm.
but there's still variants down the road that it could evolve into. We're playing with like fucking Pokemon in real life now, where it's just gonna start evolving into Charizard and shit. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at. And until more people uh, take better care, and this isn't a PSA on vaccinating yourself. I know Steve and I see things differently. I'm not getting into that right now, but it is within the uh, people who have not been vaccinated, that the virus does um, create variants. But I don't want to get into that. I don't want this to become becoming a political show of any sort.
We're
So
not trying
we
to
will end it.
segregate people,
Yeah, no. I mean,
any bit of audience at all.
yeah, I mean, everyone's welcome here. You can all have your own opinions. Yeah,
We'd
I'm
love to
not
hear
looking
some of
to.
those opinions in the comment
Yeah,
section if you guys
yeah,
don't mind on anything.
I'm not looking to start arguments or build walls or anything like that. But hey, we all have our own ideas and everything. But we are pretty long in the tooth right now, so I think we'll wrap it up there. As always, Facebook, Twitter at Dad's Downtime. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
It means the
Um,
world to us if you do.
Absolutely, leave us a comment, please. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the shows.
Yeah,
And uh, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
there it is.